How do you know the person standing before you isn't just another heartbreak waiting to unfold, but the one Allah has destined for you? People often say, "You'll just know." But let's be real, most of us don't. We confuse butterflies for love, silence for security, and comfort for true compatibility. Then, years down the line, we're left wondering if we've been holding the wrong hand all along. That's the unspoken fear, isn't it? What if you let the right one slip away? What if you pour years into the wrong one? That's why we're here. Not for cliches or fairy tales, but to uncover the subtle, profound signs Allah places when He sends the person meant to walk with you. Let's dive deeper, because if you've ever sought Allah's clarity, those signs might already be staring you in the face. Don't forget like, share, and subscribe our channel. First sign. Your Istikhara brings peace, not turmoil. We've all heard stories about Istikhara, how it might bring a dream, a vision, or a clear sign pointing to the person in front of you. So you pray, you wait, and when no grand revelation comes, you spiral. You dissect every moment of your sleep, searching for hidden meanings, wondering if silence means rejection or if Allah isn't answering at all. But the truth is softer yet weightier. Istikhara isn't always about dreams. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, taught us in the dua of Istikhara to ask Allah to make a matter easy if it's good for us, and to turn it away if it's not. The sign isn't always a dramatic event. It's often a quiet shift in your heart. With the wrong person, every prayer leaves you restless. No matter how perfect they seem on paper, or how much the world approves, something inside you feels heavy, unsettled. That's an answer. With the right person, it's not always fireworks or vivid dreams. It's the absence of chaos. It's clarity creeping in, a lightness in your chest after dua, a calm that replaces your overthinking. That's Allah gently guiding you toward what's written for you. Sometimes His answer isn't a loud yes, but a firm no. And even in heartbreak, that clarity is a mercy, a sign He's heard you. Second sign. Their flaws inspire mercy. Not contempt. Istikhara might settle your heart, but no one is perfect. The second sign often shows up when the initial sparkle fades, and you see the real person, flaws and all. At first, everything about them feels like an answered prayer. But then you notice their sharp temper, their stubborn streak, or those little habits that now grate on your nerves. Doubt creeps in. If they're the one Allah chose, shouldn't they be perfect? This is where we stumble, conditioned by movies and social media to expect flawless partners and endless butterflies. But real love isn't about perfection. It's about what happens when the cracks appear. With the wrong person, their flaws become poison, breeding resentment, embarrassment, or regret. With the right one, something different unfolds. Their imperfections don't push you away. They stir patience, compassion, a desire to grow together. Instead of thinking, "How do I escape this?" your heart asks, "How can I support them through this?" As the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "A believer doesn't despise another believer. If one trait displeases you, another brings balance." True love doesn't ignore flaws. It chooses them, finding strength in mutual mercy. Third sign. You share the same path. A marriage can weather flaws and mistakes, but it cannot survive two people walking in opposite directions. We often fall for charm, attraction, or the comfort of someone's presence, but forget to ask, are we heading toward the same goal? The cracks don't always show in big moments. They appear in daily choices. One of you dreams of a quiet, family-focused life, while the other chases status and spotlight. One prioritizes faith at the core of the home, while the other sees it as a side note. On the surface, you might seem like a perfect pair, but underneath, your paths are drifting apart. With the right person, alignment emerges. You don't have to sacrifice your dreams to stay together or erase yourself to be loved. Instead, you build side by side. Work complements family. Faith balances worldly goals, and everything flows in harmony. It's not about an easy life, but a shared commitment to the same direction, even when the road is steep. Allah says in the Quran to cooperate in righteousness and piety, not in sin or conflict. A true partner doesn't just share your emotions, they share your purpose. When your paths align, even small steps feel like progress. But even on the right path, there will be stumbles, moments when words cut deep or mistakes test your bond. That's when the final bridge appears, forgiveness. Fourth sign, forgiveness without alleged disagreements are part of every relationship. Even the most loving couples will have their moments of tension. But here's what sets the right connection apart. With the wrong person, arguments never truly end. They linger, paused only until the next clash. Every mistake is cataloged, stored like ammunition for future battles. Forgiveness might be offered in words, but it's rarely felt. You hear it in the recycled grudges, the silent treatments that stretch for days, the biting "you always" or "you never" accusations. It feels less like love and more like a courtroom, where every misstep is evidence, every flaw a weapon. But when Allah destines someone for you, forgiveness takes a different form. It doesn't erase the hurt, but it refuses to keep score. The right person doesn't reduce you to your worst moment or drag yesterday's errors into today's fight. With them, you feel safe to be human, imperfect, struggling, sometimes wrong, without the fear that one mistake will define you forever. This is what mercy looks like in a marriage. Allah says in the Quran, "And He placed between you affection and mercy." Affection sparks love, but mercy sustains it. Mercy is choosing not to weaponize every wound. It's remembering, even in anger, that your spouse is not your enemy. The truest test of love isn't in the argument itself. It's in the quiet moments after, in the prayers whispered in solitude, in whether your heart still finds peace when their name crosses your lips before Allah. Fifth sign, dua brings clarity, not chaos in every love story. There's a moment when you turn to Allah with trembling hands, whispering a name into the stillness of the night, pleading for guidance. You expect a loud answer, a vivid dream, a clear yes, or a definitive no. You've prayed like this before, haven't you? Sometimes, the more you prayed, the heavier your heart grew. No matter how much you wanted it to work, your chest tightened, your mind refused to settle. That was an answer, not the one you hoped for, but the one that protected you. Other times, you pray, and it's not a burst of certainty or a cinematic sign. It's just peace. Questions linger, risks remain, but your heart softens instead of clenching. Your dua stops feeling like a desperate plea and starts feeling like clarity, as if Allah is gently aligning your soul with what's written for you. This is the mercy of dua. When they're right for you, Allah makes it easier to trust the path ahead. When they're wrong, He makes it easier to let go without resentment. Either way, your heart finds rest in His decision. That rest is a sign. But clarity in prayer doesn't mean life will be effortless. Even with the one Allah has chosen, love will face trials. The real tests don't come in moments of dua. They come in conflict, when mistakes sting, when tempers flare, and you're forced to choose between pride and mercy. That's when you discover if love can endure without consuming you. Sixth sign, you don't fear losing your self-love with the wrong person often comes at a cost. It starts subtly. You soften your words to avoid conflict, dim your faith to keep the peace, or set aside your dreams because they don't fit their world. At first, you call it compromise, but deep down, you know the difference. Compromise is adjusting preferences. Losing yourself is surrendering your soul. With the right person, a beautiful truth unfolds. You don't fear disappearing. You can be your full self. Faith unapologetic, worries unfiltered, flaws laid bare. Without worrying, they'll pull away. Instead of judgment, you find patience. This isn't just romance, it's Deen. Allah describes spouses in the Quran as garments for one another. They are a garment for you, and you are a garment for them. A garment doesn't hide or erase you. It protects, honors, and complements who you are. That's what Allah's love looks like. And the beauty of it? When you no longer fear love will diminish you, you find room to grow. Your faith deepens, your dreams take root, and you don't have to choose between being loved and being yourself. The right love makes you more you. Seventh sign, the path to them feels guided, not forced sometimes. The clearest sign isn't in the person, but in the journey to them. With the wrong person, every step feels like pushing against a wall. Families clash, your heart stays uneasy, red flags multiply. You tell yourself it's just a test, but it feels like Allah is gently pulling you back. With the right person, the path isn't perfect, but it's steady. Doors open, families align in unexpected ways, decisions don't drag endlessly. Your heart feels lighter, as if Allah is carrying part of the burden for you. Ease doesn't mean a life without effort. Every marriage demands patience and work. But there's a difference between challenges that strengthen you and obstacles that break you. One is a test of resilience. The other is Allah's mercy whispering, "This isn't your path." The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Whoever Allah wills good for, He makes it easy for them." When Allah writes someone for you, the ease lies not in the absence of hardship, but in the clarity that shines through it. The path feels like it's leading you home. The quiet mercy of Allah's signs, maybe the signs were never meant to be loud or cinematic. They're not about fireworks, dreams, or movie-perfect moments. They're quieter, simpler, a heart that rests after dua, flaws that draw you closer, a path that feels guided rather than forced. These aren't proofs of a flawless love. No person, no marriage is free of struggle. They're Allah's mercy, gentle markers that you're not walking blindly. They're the difference between chasing what you want and embracing what Allah has written for you. If this resonates with you in a moment of need, write this dua in the comments. Ya Allah, guide me to what is best. You never know who might say Ameen to your prayer. Until then, hold this truth. The right person won't demand you lose yourself to keep them. They'll be the one who helps you return to Allah as your truest self. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.